Hey, what's up, guys? Alex Craig here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to leave Century 21 and join Exit Realty International. Now, there's a couple reasons that I did this, and it had been on my mind for a little bit while, but my final tipping point came when the Century 21 that I was a part of essentially was bought out, merged, and acquired by a larger Century 21 called Century 21 Affiliated. That was kind of the main tipping point for me that actually made me make the jump. But prior to that, I was looking at other alternatives for a few reasons. Number one was because of a better commission model. Now, the Century 21 that I was a part of had a 70-30 split with an additional 8% taken and given for a franchise fee. So essentially, that led to a 62-38 split. For me, that was a little bit too high of a split for what I was getting and for what I needed as an established real estate agent. And so I wanted to go look at somewhere else, and eventually I landed on Exit Realty because of their commission model, which is built on a 70-30 split until 100,000 GCI, at which point it goes to a 90-10 split. And that's reset every year. Every year you start out at 70-30, and then anything above $100,000 in gross commission income gets a split of 90-10. So that was the main reason. That was one reason why I left. The second reason I left is because the company, the Century 21 that I was a part of, sort of lost focus on what was important, I think. When I originally started working there, it was a culture that was built on family, human connection, and closeness. And they had kind of strayed away from that and pushed a focus on technology. One of the main reasons they gave for being acquired by Century 21 Affiliated was because of better tools and better technology. Fundamentally, I just believe that tools and technology don't make an agent and they don't make an agent successful. Because if that was the case, it would be as simple as providing a tool or a platform for every single real estate agent, and we would have far more successful real estate agents. At the end of the day, I think it boils down to the human connection and the human training aspect of it much more than any technology or tools can ever make up for. And I will say that Century 21 has some of the best tools and technology that I've seen in the real estate industry, but it doesn't always cause or correlate to better or higher or more production for real estate agents. So, and then the third reason that I left, like I said, the major reason was the tipping point of being acquired, but I didn't want to be part of a large corporation or franchise company that owned 500 offices across the country. I just felt like I wasn't going to get the level of support that I needed because the new owners didn't live in my area. They didn't have a major interest in the success of Century 21. If that branch location happened to fail, they would be fine because they have 499 other offices that they can make successful. So there's not really this incentive to make that office successful. And the old owners, while they stayed on board, it wasn't the same anymore because they didn't have a financial interest in the success of the company anymore. And so it wasn't, and not only that, but they didn't have the final say. So even if they wanted to do something, at the end of the day, it was going to be all decisions had to be made by way high up by some person way over in Wisconsin or wherever they're living that doesn't necessarily know what it's like to be part of this Century 21. And I just didn't want to be part of that. I essentially became a number rather than a person. It became about my production rather than about my personality. It became about, my volume rather than my character. And I didn't want those kinds of things. And so I really wanted to find a place that was going to be focused on me as a person and was going to offer a high level of support that I could have just not just in my real estate career, but again as a person, both professionally and personally. And so that's kind of the third reason is I didn't want to be part of this large company. And the fourth reason I left was because of the opportunity that Exit Realty has and offers. And so Exit Realty has a formula or another way for creating additional income. aside from just buying and selling homes. And when I was at Century 21, um, I really discovered that I have a passion for teaching and for helping other real estate agents become successful. And there wasn't really a model for me to be able to do that at Century 21, but at Exit Realty, there is. Through their Exit Realty formula, I can sponsor other real estate agents into the company and help them become successful and be financially incentivized, where I'll earn 10% of sponsored agents' gross commission income up to $10,000 a year. So there's really an incentive and an ability for me to earn an income to be able to teach and to be able to help other agents get to the certain spot or to the career that they want to be at in real estate. And so those things were really important to me to be able to begin to explore this passion that I have for teaching and helping other people succeed in real estate. And so that was another reason, because it gave me another opportunity to add an income aside from just buying and selling homes. Because even if I built a team, and I built the team model, it's still really dependent on buying and selling homes a lot of the times. And it's just, and I'm also just limited geographically. But with the exit formula, I can live in Michigan, which I do, but I can also sponsor a real estate agent way out in California and help them to become successful as a real estate agent. And so those were the four main reasons that I left Century 21 at the end of the day. It's I enjoyed my time there, and I definitely wouldn't say that like it's not for it. That you shouldn't join necessarily. It's just that it wasn't for me, and there's probably a lot of agents that it's not for. But for as many agents that working for a company like that that's not for, there's going to be a certain number that the company is for. So I would say that if you care more about being more than just a number, if you want like hands-on in-person training, and if you want a supportive and caring culture, then you're definitely going to want to look at a place like Exit Realty as opposed to joining a company like Century 21, or at least the Century 21 affiliated that I was a part of. Hey, if you want to learn more about joining Exit Realty, I've created a series of videos that take you through some of the common questions that people have about Exit Realty, such as the commission splits and fees, as well as the exit formula, as well as some of the other reasons that real estate agents like myself have chosen to join Exit Realty. So be sure to watch those videos so you can learn more about it.